Capitol Hill, the usual squabbles between Republicans and Democrats were replaced this week by fights inside the GOP over measures they've wanted for years. Fights that led to humiliating moments for the Speaker of the House and questions about the future of the longest-serving leader in Senate history.
I was embarrassed for our conference, for our party.
The embarrassment starts in the House.
We're not acting like we're in the majority.
Where, in just a couple of hours, Republicans tried and failed to impeach Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas, and then couldn't come up with the votes to pass their own bill providing aid to Israel.
It was a mess what happened here.
A mess, especially for Speaker Mike Johnson, who even chose the bad optics of announcing the defeats himself.
The resolution is not adopted.
Over in the Senate, the disarray is about a bill to crack down on illegal immigration. Senate GOP leader Mitch McConnell assigned one of his most conservative members, James Lankford, to spend months getting bipartisan support for a Republican wish list. But at the last minute, it was blocked by Republicans.
Americans are ticked off that this is not resolved, and they expect us to get things done.
Now there are questions whether McConnell, long known as a master of the Senate, has lost his once...
And this comes as we're also getting a rare look at life inside North Korea in a remarkable, secretly recorded footage from the critically acclaimed documentary Beyond Utopia. Just take a look at these never-before-seen satellite images of a gulag and listen to the man who survived it, losing 91 pounds in the matter of just a few months there.
왜냐하면 부패가 돼가지고 사람하고 사람 싸움켜 붙었고 한 명씩 뛸 수가 없어요. 왜냐하면 다 부패됐으니까 떨어져서 팔 당기면 팔이 빠져나오고 다리 빠져나오고 머리가 뚫렁 떨어지고 하는데 큰 이런 리아카 같은데 그런 데다 밀차에다.
Also featured in the film, North Korean defector Hyun-seo Lee. Aaron spoke with her and with the director, Madeline Gavin, about this BAFTA-nominated film.
I am so grateful to be with both of you and to see you again, Hyun-seo. Madeline, let me start with you about this access. We just looked at those satellite images. You were able to obtain those. No one's seen those before. You've got videos of defectors leaving, brokers on the China-North Korean border are working with them. You've got their actual escape. You've got video of police abusing North Korean defectors, Chinese police, that was presumably CCTV of some sort, but you were able to obtain it. How did you get this access and footage?
Yeah, so there's actually 3 different sources for what you talk about. The satellite imagery of the gulags is from the Committee of Human Rights in North Korea. In Washington, D.C., and there was obviously a whole process involved in getting clearance for that satellite footage. In terms of the footage inside North Korea, including the torture footage, but also just footage of people on the street.
Yes.
This was during the research phase when I was researching the film, and this is what drew me in to making me want to make this film or feel like actually this film needed to be made because, I was feeling the pulse of people inside North Korea, seeing people inside North Korea living real lives. And there was like a stark contrast between what I was seeing there and what we see in terms of what is actually allowed out of North Korea by the Kim regime. And essentially what we are able to see usually is what the Kim regime wants us to see. So finding this footage was like finding a treasure trove of a horrific reality. And, and I realized there's 26 million people in that country, and we're really not hearing from them.
I mean, it is incredible because some of the footage, I'm looking at it going, my goodness, right? And to your point, 26 million people, and yet we don't see their lives. I mean, Hyun-seo, you were a child in North Korea. Obviously, you lived there until you were 17. And I know when you defected, it had to be so secret you couldn't even tell your mother. But in the film, Hyun-seo, you talk about some of your childhood experiences, and it's incredible. You talk about practicing for those mass games. Now, some of those images are things that the Kim regime does want the world to see. All those children performing in unison. But here's how you described it, Hyun-seo.
We usually practice on the cement. So kids were rolling on concrete for months. Some kids even broke.